And you kind of saw, Steve, just where there was maybe a missed market in terms of gaps of where people are and maybe how they can also be helped.
Well, I think there's a big gap, and this was one of the things that I found when I hung out my shingle. And by the way, we have to explain to people under 30 what it means to hang out a shingle, because they've never
they don't
heard
know
of
what
that.
might. Well, the visuals might help, so
Yeah.
I think that's part of it, right?
But it helps, other people who understand. But the idea is, if you take most of the traditional training, you get into this long process of doing business plans, and I'm not against business plans, but they have their place. If you want to start a single shingle shop, if you have a skill, let's say you're a gardener and you want to work just during the summers, you have a skill, you can set up a business. You don't need to write a business plan that would earn you an MBA. You need to understand a few metrics. You need to understand how to measure your success. You need to understand a little bit about going out for customers. And if you can do that, we can help you get started. And I really believe, and I think John's with me, that entrepreneurs can be the engine that brings this region back to health. They will supply the jobs, they will generate the economy, they will move the money back and forth, which, as you know from teaching, creates that multiplier effect.
Right.
And that's where I think we can really create an economic engine for the whole region.
Wow, and that's really kind of something that many have at some point thought about, right? I mean, if you sat down, or if we were to invite people in right now, I don't care at what point you're in your career, everybody has said, you know what, if I could, this is what it might look like. So I guess what's good about this is you're saying, okay, let's stop this if I could, and let's say, yes, you can, and let's sit down and then figure it out, right? I mean, isn't that really what goes on out there? Everybody's got a business idea, and most people maybe haven't acted that out, and maybe they need to.
Well, and that's part of the idea. I think we want to encourage people to take a chance. Now, there are risks associated with it, but as John said, if you are employed and you want to do this on a part-time basis, we applaud that. If you are semi-retired and you'd like to be more semi than retired, we applaud that. If you are between jobs, I mean, one of the areas, if you are out of work right now and you're looking as hard as you can, why not start a consulting practice? Whatever your skill was, start a practice. The worst thing that can happen is that you'll find a full-time job and you'll have to find somebody else to take the work you've generated. That's the worst thing that can happen.
Right.
And you might find you enjoy it, start generating lots of work, and it can be a wonderful lifestyle business.